think I got it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Lisa and this is The Girl Made Yarn episode 30. Third time I'm recording episode 30. Have to do it 3 times. I'm not gonna do it a 4th time. I promise you that. I'm going to edit this as fast as I can and I'm gonna upload it and call it a day, okay? Because I'm sick and tired of talking about the same thing. Today is July 9th. 2020 and I'm coming to you guys, or I'm recording from Seattle, Washington, where yesterday when I recorded was beautiful, blue skies, 2 days super overcast. We're so tired of this weather. This year has been horrible. It's been very Seattle weather. Last year was not as bad, but it is what it is. And my light situation is very confusing. I had to lower my blinds to have a light here. I have a light coming from the bottom up to reflect a little bit my face. I'm squinting because there's a lot of harsh lights and whatever, you know what I mean. But we're gonna make it work today for sure. I'm gonna, like I said, edit this and not not mess with it again. So if you don't follow me on social media, please do so. My Instagram is mablu_123. I'm gonna put it down here or down here, I don't know which one it is ever. And then my Ravelry is Mary Lisa Lugo at Mary Lisa Lugo. Not anything, it's Mary Lisa Lugo, although I am not very active in Ravelry, and I just noticed because I went to see what yarn I use and whatever, and there was nothing in there because I didn't use it correctly. But I'm gonna try my best. I think I noted down I wanted to do next week, just get it done, you know, at least do some photos and update some and do whatever, you know, like have my particular if you have never seen this episode or see my podcast before, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Not that it matters, but I will highly appreciate if you do. I do a very different kind of podcast. I talk about my update. I do always an update on you guys first, and then we talk about finished objects, since whatever, we do a little bit of sewing, although today we're not gonna have a lot of sewing, or any sewing at all. I don't know what I have made. I'm in between sizes. I don't know what size I am, you know. It's been like a year of me trying to figure it out what I'm gonna sew next, and nothing works. So I just keep on buying shit, you know what I mean. And I swear, if you have not noticed, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry, but I do swear. So if you get offended, I'm so sorry. I cannot control it. I don't know, I probably can't, but I totally understand. If you have kids and whatever, you want to put them to sleep or whatever, and I'm sorry, I apologize. Oh my gosh, I recorded this episode like a month ago and I didn't want to upload it because the Black Lives Matters was in full swing, and it was I think it was very important for me to give other people who were really bringing it forward the forum and let them do their thing. So I thought it was not appropriate to upload a video, so I'm sorry. And after that I went on a trip and whatever, came back. I recorded yesterday and then we're here. Yesterday I cried a lot. I'm gonna try to cry at all. That's why I'm re-recording. Number one, because I had a makeup malfunction. I didn't blend my concealer. I bought, a friend of mine told me about the e.l.f. Kind of like dupe of the Shape Tape from Tarte. If you don't know about that, it's like a very nice concealer from Tarte, but they have a dupe. e.l.f. have one and it's just really cheap, so I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get one that is a little bit lighter. Sometimes when you have like a spot that you need just like a little oomph of highlighter, it didn't work for me. It didn't blend. It was like chalky. I threw it away. It was not my color. I don't think even the formula was for me. I didn't like it. So I know I'm shallow. What's new? What's new to tell me? I have wool in a wig today, so I have my trusty fan here. So if you hear that, it's my fan. Or I live near downtown, so you're gonna hear a lot of like buses and people screaming and whatever, very urban kind of noises. So bear with me. I'm so sorry. I have my windows closed and my air conditioner off. Okay, just for you. I love you. Just saying. So let's get started. So before I start, you guys always ask me about my makeup and my nails and whatever, so I'm going to get those out of the way. So we all are. I love to talk about makeup, and lately even more. Okay, so what's on my lips? Now with the COVID situation and we have to wear masks everywhere, and if you don't wear your mask, like, bye. I'm kidding. We are wearing our mask and they rub on our lips, and sometimes you just take it off and you just have like no lipstick. So I love that there's a bunch of like matte and transfer proof lipsticks out there, and I found this one that I love, and it's from the brand Il Maquillage, and I got this Infinity Longwear Matte Lip Cream, and this one is on the color Diva. There's a guy, I believe he's a homeless guy, bless his heart, but he's like screaming at me. He's just, can you hear him? Okay, yeah, bye. Anyway, so it's a beautiful hot pink, perfect for summer. I have a lot of makeup today. I'm not going to even apologize about the fact that I have a lot of makeup. If you like makeup, great. If you don't wear makeup and you whatever, great for you as well. There's no judgment, but lately I am loving a lot of makeup. So I got this one in this color and in another kind of like more neutral, not as punchy as this one, but I love the packaging. It's kind of like glass. So really pretty. And then I don't know if I had this nail combination last time I podcast, but if I did, I'm so sorry, but you guys always ask me about it, so I'm going to get it out of the way. I found this brand. It's called Palette brand, and she is a small business, woman-owned business, and she is from Portland, Oregon, and she has these beautiful nail polishes that last forever. They're not super cheap. They're $12 each. She always, when you buy from her website, she will send you like a little candy or whatever. I thought that was the cutest thing. But they are clean, so that means doesn't have super bad harsh chemicals. I'm trying to do clean because if you don't know, if you've been here for the first time, or you're here for the first time, sorry, if you're here for the first time, I am going through my cancer treatment. I have breast cancer, and I'm trying to change my makeup to clean. This one is not clean, but it's worth it. I have now found one matte lipstick that is clean, sorry, and doesn't do weird stuff. I think some things you have to, yeah, or no, wear makeup is not gonna happen. Okay, like you say. Anyway, back to the nail polish. I found this brand and I love it. I have the worst nails ever. They chip right away. And with this one, it lasts me a week, like for real. So I have as a base coconut, and then I have this jawbreaker on top, 2 and 2 coats of each. And I love this one because it looks like that jawbreaker candy. It's white, milky kind of consistency, and you have a small itty bitty, a medium and large glitter on it, and it's seriously the cutest thing. So I love this combo. I have I think like 10, and she came out with the summer colors, and I'm like dying. They're so cute. Anyway, so I am wearing from Megan Nautical. She's the girl from Pip and Pin. It's a podcast here on YouTube, and it's a very cute shirt. It has a little, it's cropped, and you have a little design on the edge of, or the bottom of the sweater. I have wore this like 2 or 3 times in my podcast, and I made it in Mechita. I think it's Mechita Aureo or something like that, but for real, it's on my Ravelry, so you have all the information. I love this sweater. I use it with high-waisted jeans and skirts over dresses, and it's just like the ultimate kind of like cute little hug on summer, because I did it on wool, so you can make it in linen, whatever you want. But here, because it's a little bit chilly, like today it's like 60 degrees, which is chilly for me, I'll wear it with dress and then this on top, and it will be perfectly, like I will be like perfectly, like my temperature will be perfect. That makes sense? I hope it does. Yay! So, oh, and then lastly, I have these earrings from Melissa Jenkins. I bought these, I think like a month or 2 ago. She made me a keychain that I have not been able to use because I don't have the nails to open the thing and put my keys on it. Maybe Carlos can do it for me. But I got this earrings as well. I got it in this peach color, and I love the fact that they're like big, but they are super lightweight. I love the clothing. I have talked about the clothing that she used. And then on my hair, I have a wig, and if you don't know, I have no hair underneath. Or though I have hair, it's not this long. It's like 1/8 of an inch long, and I bust it out. Oh my god, the guy's screaming. Like, dude, seriously. Anyway, so let's get started, which means just do the update. I hope I don't cry. Just saying. Last 2 times I have done my update, I have cried, and it's not being pretty. Yesterday was very bad, and I was crying watching me, and I don't want to bring sadness to you guys, although sometimes it's just, I cannot help it. I will probably bring it. But yes, let's go to the update. Okay, I'm dying, and then there's this guy screaming, like screaming, and he's like parked in front of my window. Okay, so let's talk about updates. Okay, so last time I talked to you guys, I was on infusion number 6 of Taxol, and I was losing my eyebrows, and I felt like I was like the fattest girl in the world, and you know, shallow stuff. So if you don't know, I have or had breast cancer, and I am going through phase 3 of my treatment. Phase number one was my lumpectomy, or my surgery. Number 2 was chemotherapy, which consisted of 16 rounds of chemo and 4 of the ACs, 12 of the Taxol, and then I'm now on phase number 3 and last, which is radiation, and I'm on radiation number 12 out of 33. I think they said 35. I don't know. I may need to talk tomorrow with my doctor and figure it out. But we will talk about that later. So last time I talked to you guys, I had a little bit of concern about a little bit of weight and my eyebrows and all that. And oh my god, you guys have no idea. So I have to say my my experience with AC and Taxol was completely different. If I have to pick poison again, I would definitely love more Taxol than AC, because they were very different. AC was really hard on my body, although, you know, I kind of always bounce back. But with Taxol, I have completely different side effects. I lost all my lashes, all my eyebrows, and my nails lifted off the nail bed, and they are pretty much hanging on to your life. I have, out of 10 fingers, 8 are pretty much half of the nail is attached, sometimes even less, and then the rest is just like detached and whatever. So that's why I paint them really cute, so I don't, you know, I'm not like poking on it all the time. And I lost my eyebrows. I think I complained about that last time I talked to you guys. That was something. And then my lashes. Okay, so there was this, I saw this post on Instagram of this girl. She had 2 photos side by side. One was with her full hair, bunch of lashes, eyebrows, super healthy, glow, whatever. And then one bald, no lashes, no eyebrows, nothing. And she was comparing them both, and she was saying that pretty much you see the one that is bald and you look and believe she is super sick, and the reality is that the one who had the hair and everything, she was with when she was with cancer still. So that was the one that is more of sickness than the one with the bald. So that for me was kind of like a wake-up call, because guys, it was so difficult to wake up and look yourself in the mirror and see yourself pale, and then no lashes, no eyebrows, no lashes. I have never, you look so sick and bad, right? Without lashes, that is it's just something really hard to live with. I had to remind myself every day that I wake up, poof up, I gained 20 pounds, you know, I still have the 29 pounds on top of me, you know what I mean? But for me, it was really hard to look myself in the mirror and love myself, you know what I mean? I had to remind myself that this is impermanent, this is you in a different stage, and you have to still love you, even though you don't recognize the person you're looking at. That makes sense? So, sorry. So it was really hard. It was really hard. A lot of meditation, a lot of acceptance, and a lot of waiting. Right now, I have my eyebrows are coming out. This is completely fake. I have like an 1/8 of an inch of my eyebrows coming out, so now I can at least trace them in a way, just following my natural form. And then I have tons of lashes coming out, and I'm super excited. I know it's shallow, but you know, we're women and we want to look at ourselves and, you know, like us. And there was nothing I could do, you know what I mean? Like, when you just see yourself with no hair, it's something. It's something. So if you have ever been through this, you understand where I'm coming from. That's it. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you don't know that I was dealing with something else at the same time I was dealing with my last leg of my chemotherapy, and I had a lot of questions about it, and I wanted to take a moment here and just inform you guys what's going on and why I was absent. So when my mom left in January, she left suddenly. I didn't understand what was going on, and then I had to put myself first, right? I was just like, you know, I don't want to deal with whatever she wants to deal. I need to deal with me, and I need to focus. I have to be so selfish that I have to put myself first than anybody else in this world, and I did so. My brother called me month or so after she left, and he told me that he was sick. He asked me not to post anything anywhere. He was very private, and he didn't like to, you know, he didn't want anybody to know. He was very evasive, if that is the word. I couldn't get like a right answer of what was going on. But then again, I was like putting myself first, right? Like I was kind of being very selfish. Well, my brother was really sick, and at the same time I was battling with cancer, he found out that he had stage 4 lung cancer. It was a shock for everybody. He was like me. We have never got a cold. We were very healthy, active. He was a smoker, and he never had any suspicion that anything was going on. He had like a little lump on his neck. That's how he started, and he was concerned. It couldn't, you know, he had like some other pockets of like bumps like that in other places of his body, not like that, but you know, they were like, oh, maybe it's just the same thing, it's just a pocket of you know, of fat or whatever. When they biopsy that lump, it was cancer. So of course, if you have cancer in your lymph nodes, means that you have cancer is from organ or another place. So they were trying to find out what it was, and they found out that he had like he had lung cancer, and it was really advanced. It went up to his lymph nodes and up to his brain. He had one infusion, and his body couldn't handle it. He went from walking like a normal person, right, like all of us, to having a cramp on his legs or limping, using a walker, to not walking, falling off everywhere, stop talking, eating, recognizing people, and dying in 3 weeks. He was the most caring, gentle, humble person there is. He was my oldest brother. He was 49, and I look up to him when I was young. He was a person that is going to be terribly missed by his family, his friends. He had so many friends, people that really truly love him, and it's really hard to still kind of process what happened, right? If it's hard for me as a sister, it's even worse for my mom. My mom is inconsolable. She is still in disbelief, and I feel so heartbroken that she has to go through this, something that you're not prepared to. It's not the law of life, if that is the word, right? Like, we bury our parents, not the other way around. So she has had like a very tough time with his passing, and you know, we all had, so that's what happened. He was given 6 months, and he died in a week. So I know he's in a better place. I know he is in a better place, and at the same time, I know these tears are coming from my loss, but I know he didn't lose. He gained freedom. He gained you know, peace. He's not suffering anymore, and he's in a better place. So we keep missing him. Not, I don't think the other way around. And I'll see him soon, you know. So so after I finished chemo, okay, so I thought I was going to be able to say goodbye, and I was not able to, because I then again had to put myself first, and my doctor was completely, you cannot go anywhere. You have to stay here in Seattle and finish your treatment, and that's exactly what I did. But after I finished treatment, I went and visited my mom and had a little bit of closure, visit his grave and spend some time with her. I think we both needed it, and you know, do some stuff that needed to be done after his passing. But you know, one day at a time, one day at a time. So I came back, went to Puerto Rico, had great, so much fun, if we can say that. You know, had one-on-one time with my mom, and then I came back and I started radiation, and it's been okay. I don't have anything to complain about so far. I am doing exactly what my doctor is ordering me to do, and it's been okay. So that's what's it. I wanted to take a moment before we start talking about knitting and talk about a little bit of you guys have been worried about me whenever I talk about my weight and my exercise and why I'm exercising and whatever, and I wanted to come here and be very transparent and crystal clear with you guys. I've shared so much, why not share this? I know for some people it's been very triggering to hear me talk about diets and exercising and stuff like that, and I totally understand. Everybody's in different kind of stages, and I'm sorry if I trigger you in any way or form. I want you to understand that I'm coming from a place of data. Okay, so the data shows that for people like me with my cancer, the chance of recurrence is 50%. But if you have healthy habits, which means the data shows that if you have 50% of your diet is vegetables and you exercise 5 times a day, 5 times a week, 5 times a day, okay? 5 times a week, your chance of recurrence is lower. And I don't want to get hung up in too much of the percentage, but I want to do my part for this to not come back, because given the chance that I have a 50-50 chance of it coming back or not, I want to give my best, because I want to be here and be part of my kids' life, and I want to see them get married, and I want them to have kids and kind of like settle. So that's why I will definitely be or start exploring a more active kind of lifestyle from now on, and focus more on my nutrition and whatever. And I want to share it just so you guys you know, find a recipe interesting or something like that. Not because of anything else. Okay, and I cannot believe I just said all this without crying, because like yesterday it was a shit show. I cried so much, it was so bad. I couldn't like, I couldn't upload that. It was bad. It was 40 minutes of sorrow. I'm not kidding. Okay, so let's talk knitting, because all this like updates and stuff, it's too much. Like, let's get into the nitty-gritty, okay? That's why you're here, and that's why I'm here. I am dying. I'm sorry. I cannot help it. Yesterday was sunny, but it was not as hot. It's bad. So if this bothers you, I'm sorry. Like, it's on the lower setting. I need like the high, okay? Like, it's been bad. Just so bad. Anyway, so I had a lot of questions about barrettes. Okay, so I have knitted 4 barrettes, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on which one is my favorite, which is my least favorite, and which one I would recommend. So let's start with saying that in any way or form, I have knitted all the barrettes patterns that are out there. Okay, I have so many that I still want to knit, and I will definitely knit this soon to be fall. Okay, like for fall I will definitely be adding more barrettes to my hat collections, because I don't have a lot. And now with my hair being uber short, I even walk around and my ears are like freezing, and it's like 6 years. Okay, I don't know how guys do it, but I'm always cold and then hot inside. This is like, oh my god, just from my bra. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's start with the barrettes. Oh my god, they're not here. Let me go get them. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to bring out the first one. This is the Palette barrette from Woolfolk yarn. This is from the winter 2019 collection. They came out last winter with the new Fleet bulky yarn weight, and they launched that yarn with a bunch of, like, the sun is coming out, like seriously, with a couple of patterns. And this was one my friend Kat from Cat Courage saw it and then sent it to me as a gift, and I was like, oh my god, I definitely need this in my life, and I made it. This one is again from the Fleet bulky yarn, and I don't remember the color of it. I think it's like a number or something. I was like, yes, I'm gonna make it in the color that it was the sample, which it was like an ecru kind of color. And whenever I saw this color of yarn, I was like, okay, I need this for sure. I have to say, even though I love this hat, it's my least favorite of all the 4 that I have made, because for some reason, I don't know if it was me or it was I don't know, because I didn't gaze watch for it, I thought it was too short. It's not too deep, and if you're gonna use it, you know, very decorative, kind of like in a way like this, it will work. But I use them more as a hat, so I need them to cover a little bit more ground on my head, but then don't lose that barrette kind of shape, right? So if I really want to cover a little bit of my ears, I will not have too much shape. So I think it's too short for me. So if I do it again, which I am planning to do it again in that color that I loved, ecru color, bone color, I wanted to add a little bit more rose before I go down. I believe this one is done top down. I'm not positive which one it is, but if I do it again, I will add a little bit more depth into it. But I love it. What else I have to say about this? This was made with a very big gauge needle. I have talked about this before, and I think if you are like a beginner kind of knitter, I think this will be for you, because I will not say it's a beginner, because the yarn, it's yeah, the yarn, if you make a mistake, you will not be able to see your stitch, because it's so bulky in boucle, whatever situation this is. This is what I have left. I think it needed 2, and I think I needed 2. Hold on, let me check. I think so. Well, you know what, I don't know, I think it's just one, so I have that left. That's a lot, just saying. So palette beret, very pretty, not my favorite, but definitely worth the try. The other one is this one, and I have not weaved the ends. What's new? And this is the Studio, hold on, let me see, Studio Beret by Church Mouse Yarn and Tea shop here from Bainbridge Island. And I know you have heard, but they are closing their shop, their physical shop, and they're just going to focus on online only sales. This is the second store that I love. Well, the first, this one I have been, the other one I have not been, but I love her yarn. We'll talk about that later. I love this hat a lot. It's really pretty. What I don't like about this hat, it drives me crazy, or drove me crazy, and that's why it's not my favorite, is because you use two strands of yarn while you are knitting this hat. So it used the Blue Sky Brush Suri, I think it's called. Hold on, let me see. Yes, Brush Suri. So you needed two skeins at a time, and it was kind of difficult, to be honest. It was a little difficult to achieve, kind of like hard on your hands, because of the bulk. I didn't gauge swatch, so again, I think it will have helped a little bit. I was a little bit worried I was going to run out of yarn, so I didn't gauge swatch. And I think for things like this, probably you do, because you cannot rip it off easily. That makes sense. I love the roll hem. They suggest that you wet block it and you use a plate to do that shape for the crown of the hat. I didn't do that. For me, it came out kind of like too big for what I wanted it, and I am missing the little detail of the beret. I think that's a lost. And but to be very honest, I have used it a lot. It's super uber cute, it's super soft, and I love the look. It looks really like winter wonderland, kind of like fancy, you know, kind of thing. I love how it looks right now, to be honest. I'm like, well, maybe my favorite. But yes, I love this one. If you want that kind of like more like a luxe kind of situation, this will be for you, because of the yarn makes it really, really fun. Let me, because this wig gets a flat. Okay, so if I want to pick one beret that it was super easy, didn't get to I didn't need too much yarn. I think I used like half of a skein that I had left from a previous project, and it's really straightforward and it's free. It's gonna be this one, which is the Salute Cherie by Sari Norland. You guys know I love her, and I think her stuff is great. And then when she started her blog, or a long time ago, I don't know how, but this is a very kind of like old pattern. She had this on her blog as a free hat, and you guys know I love free.com. It's free, I love it. So it's a very nice pattern. I think it's really suitable for beginners. You have a couple of increases and decreases, that's pretty much it. Not too much fuss on the brim. It has a roll hem equally as this one, which gives that look of the classic felt wool beret that you find commercially made. So I think that gives it like a little kind of like cutie there. I like this detail. I make it too big. I always do them too big. They're like, it has to be like a little bit shorter. But then again, I use a yarn that I had left from another project. So if you have kind of like 50 grams, probably a little bit more, of worsted weight yarn, and you want to make one of these, then go ahead, because you're gonna have, I think, enough. It has the perfect depth. You know, it's really kind of like perfect. It has all the boxes for a barrette, and I love it. I use it a lot because it's black as well. You guys, you can never be wrong with black, and even look really cute whenever I don't have my wig and I want to have like something for my head that it's not super tight because I don't have any hair like hanging out. It looks really cute, so really pretty. And then to start with my whips, or my with my finished objects. Sorry. Anyway, first FO finished object is this Business Barrette by Sari Norland. She kind of like actualized or made like a new version of the Salute Cherie hat, and she came out with this pattern a couple of months ago, and I snatched it. I love the fact that you can make this hat with the size of the hat will depend of the yarn combination that you use. So I decided to do the smaller one, less slouch, and you use fingering weight yarn with mohair held together. And if you want a little bit bigger, you use sport weight with with mohair held together to make this hat. So it's on a US4 needle, and different than the other one. The other one you make it brim up, and then this one is from the top down. I love the fact that this hat had an I-cord on the brim, and you guys know I had a little bit of issue with another pattern, and I love the fact that they had that I-cord there. It gives it like a little kind of like a, it looks really finished, I have to say. Last time I talked about this hat, I was pretty much almost ready to start with the I-cord, and I was a little bit worried that it was going to be not fit or whatever, but it did fit perfectly. Hold on, there you go. It fit me perfectly, and I loved it. I used it for the rest of my chemotherapy. I used this hat every single time. I took my wig off, I took my shoes off, I changed completely, and then I put this on. I thought the mohair I was going to upset my scalp, and it did not, completely did not. It felt so soft and squishy and like warm and like held together, you know, like a hug on my head. So I love this hat. If you want to have like a cute little yarn, and then kind of like a, or maybe you can do like a basic yarn, like white or black or whatever, and then have like a punchy mohair and mix them all together. It's gonna look amazing. I don't remember, I cannot find the yarn that I used for this one, but I had like a hot pink I bought for another pattern, but for the other barrette that I never was able to finish. And then I have a yarn that Ellie gifted me for another hat, and I have enough for that hat that she sent me the pattern and the yarn for. It didn't add, or you didn't use a lot of the yarn. I don't know how much I have left. If I had this skein, I probably have weighted it, but I didn't weight it. Okay, I don't know what it is. Okay, I don't know where anything is in this house anymore. Like, I'm trying to, now that my mother-in-law is out of the house and Carlos is back to my regime, now we're trying to figure, like, bring him back to good husband, okay? Because when mom was here, he was misbehaving, okay? Just saying. Carlos was misbehaving. Anyway. That is hats and finished objects, and I wanted to, now that I'm talking about chemotherapy, I wanted to bring my two Hall of Fame if we want to say it that way, items that I use for my chemotherapy. And I use this on my head, and then this was on my chest, and this is the Getting Warmer by Espastico, and is on the Amazonite colorway from Premnitz Bulky. And I didn't like this when I made it. I was not into it. I hated it, and of course they become my favorite items. I love this because you guys know I have my port here, which that's where they access my beautiful body from. And I had, hold on, my nose is running. Just a moment, just to, yeah. Anyway, back to Getting Warmer, honorary mention. I love it because it was really easy to access my port and then keep myself warm, because I had to put my hands and feet on ice for an entire hour. I was freezing, but this kept me warm. This is like a Capulet kind of situation. I think she made it what is it called, the sample, or the one that Melissa from Espastico knitted, was in like a black, if I'm not mistaken, or like a charcoal gray, super dark. And I think I will definitely need to make one of those. What I like the most is that you have your shoulders covered, you're warm, your neck, but then if you want to wear a jacket, you just bunch it up and you just cover your chest, and it's just like a shawl. So super versatile. I'm gonna make this again, I think, for fall, and like a long sleeve shirt, and then this on top. It's gonna look super cute, just saying. Just saying. Okay, so let's talk about my second FO, and I am going to, this one is not knitting, but is fiber related. It's crochet. So I saw this beautiful bag on a store in Puerto Rico, and it's a yarn shop. It's called Madejas in Puerto Rico. I took classes there. I used to shop there 20 years ago, and now that my mom is into knitting and crocheting and all that, you know, we are talking about getting like nicer yarn and whatever, and they have exactly what she needs there. So I saw sample of this purse in kind of like a really kind of silvery, whitish silver combination, and I fell in love. My mom gifted me the yarn, the pattern, and the hook, and when I arrived back home, I made this in 2 days, and I love it. It's so freaking cute. And if you like crochet and you want something really cute, this will definitely be the thing. The pattern is called, and I'm gonna look it up because I think I wrote it down here. Hold on. I think it's called Summer Simple. Ooh, I'm not organized. No, I am. Oh, there it is. I know it is. It's under everything. It's called Ribbon Envelope Bag. It's by Madejas, and it used 3 of these hooked bulky Ribbon XL yarn. It's just super bulky, and it has like a beautiful charcoal gray. Is it? Yeah, charcoal gray with a copper situation going on. It's amazing. I loved it. If you want to do like a regular color, you just need 2, but if you want to do it with this shiny one, you need 3, and I had all this left. I have a lot left. You use a hook K, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, a K, or a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, and it's really simple. The pattern is written in Spanish, so if you know how to read in Spanish, you can go ahead and get this. I will link it down below. It's really easy. The only thing that I didn't like about this pattern, and I'm going to be very honest and unbiased, I'm sorry, is that they didn't give you any direction for you to do the fringe. I'm sorry. I know a fringe sounds really easy, but it's not, okay? I want to know exactly the placement and everything, and the the little picture that I have here doesn't give me too much clarification. So what I did, I finished my long piece. I weaved it on the inside, and you cannot see where I weaved it. Of course, it's a continuous kind of like long piece. And after that, I went down one crochet, or yeah, like one or the second one, and I added the fringe. The original version has one string on each of the crochet, single crochet, all the way through the purse. But what I did, I just double the fringes, made the knot, and then I skipped one crochet, so, or I skipped one stitch. So in every other stitch I added 2 instead of 1, and I think I just give it like a little bit cuter kind of like situation here. It just looked a little bit prettier. I didn't like all that fringe. I don't know, it just take away a little bit of the actual piece, which is you know, it's really pretty. So you just see fringe. So now I think you see less fringe. What I need to do to finish this and wear it is I want to line it and then zip it up. I want to put it a zipper, and then get myself like a leather long strap so I can cross it over and then just have my purse on the side. And you know, if you don't carry small things, it will be perfect for you not to line it. But for me, because I take this off through the day because of radiation, I wanted something that my necklace will not escape from. That makes sense. So that's why I have not used it. Maybe I will use it, you know, just for the weekend or whatever, but I think it's super uber cute, and you have that movement, and it's perfect for summer, perfect for summer nights. So yeah, what is it called? Ribbon envelope purse by my Beth. Right into it. Okay, my battery was like, we're done with you. Okay, so the next FO is, or FO number 3 is the Fleur by Espastico. They came out with this pattern in May, and they were charging for the pattern. They always and usually have all their patterns are free, or pretty much all of them. I think they're all of them except if they're like a collaboration and stuff like that. But they were, I think, I don't know how much I paid for it. It doesn't matter. And 100% of the proceeds of the sales of this pattern was going to Ches Doris, which is a local shelter, and that offers refugee to women in difficulties. And they wanted to open an emergency overnight shelter and a permanent residence for homeless women. And I was like, yes, got me in. And I think they gather around $6,000 Canadian dollars for this shelter, which is amazing. I was just like, wow, I love this community. I loved it because she showed it in pink, kind of variegated situation with white bubbles, and I love bubbles. I think, and I don't know if she does this on purpose or not, but for summer this year is super trendy polka dots. They're super trendy this year, and bubbles are not polka dots, but they kind of are. They just kind of give that look to it. So I was just like, of course, I am on it. I am making this pattern. I love bubbles. I have another pattern that I want to make. It's all bubbles, and I have the yarn and everything waiting for it, and I have not started. I should start that. But I was like, yes, count me in. I am making that one. And I had the yarn for it. I used Madeline Touch DK in the copper pink colorway, which is the same one that I used for my Paloma from Espastico as well. And I was like, I have the yarn. And And then they use like a different kind of blend for the bubbles. I thought it was mohair, but it's like, I think it's like an alpaca silk combination. So it's an alpaca blend. 74-75% of it is alpaca, and then 25% is silk. So I was just like, wow, what's that? Then I remember, and I talked about this pattern that was on hold, that I had this yarn that was kind of like a weird blend. Well, that was the blend that I needed. It's from Katia, and it's a silk alpaca blend. Here's the label. This one was retailing for $12.50, but I got it 50% off, and I got 2 skeins. So I needed 2 skeins for this, and I was just like, this is meant to be. Like, I'm not kidding. This is meant to be. I'm dying. Heat stroke. Woo! Anyway. Oh my god, my nose. If it's not the nose, I am dying. Sorry, I'm a cancer patient. I have, like... I am dying. Oh, I'm shiny. Anyway, I am not shiny. I'm dewy. Maybe next podcast I do it without a wig. Definitely we have to be without a wig or with the air conditioner. I got to turn the air conditioner on. It's just so loud. You guys are gonna be like, I cannot. I'm gonna start bitching. I cannot watch this podcast. It's so nice. Because you guys are like always complaining about something. Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? Like, this Netflix that you pay for it? No, you don't. Like, chill the fuck up. Anyway, sorry. So I had this blend, and it's from Katia. I paid $6.25. It was $12.50. I paid 50% off. I had 2 bowls of it. I wanted it for another pattern. I couldn't get it because I didn't have enough, and I didn't have enough for this one as well, even though I thought I did, because I had more yardage than the requested one. But you know what it is. So I had the yarn. I was like, go for it, and I love it. It's so big. I didn't get swatch. Probably that's why I run out of yarn. Number 1. And I didn't block it at all, because this is, you know, super wash, which pretty much is like a chia pet. You just put water on it and just grow. So it's huge. It's not happening, okay? Like, it's not happening. I think I'm gonna use it not as a shawl, but it's like a shawl. It's the same thing. Use it on my shoulders instead of my neck. So let me get it out of there. Let me put this. Hold on. Let me put the pen in my feet, so I'm not dying. Okay, there you go. Whew. Okay, so let me get it out of here. Okay, so look at this huge thing. It's huge. Keep on going. It's huge. It's huge, okay? So I don't know. I love it. I love it. So this is a free pattern now. So if you want to do it, want to make it, you can download it on Ravelry. I'm going to post the link down on the description below. And you know, it's a very straightforward shawl. You start from the middle and you go down and doing increases. And what I love the most about the shawl is that you finish with a bubble row, which is just cute, cute, cute. I ran out of yarn. Thank God I had the same yarn in a fingering, same colorway in the fingering base from Madeline Tosh, and I was able to finish because I ran out of yarn in the like two rows and a half. I was like, should I order more? But then I was just like, well, yeah, I have it. I think I can do 2 held double of the fingering, and it's gonna be okay. And I thought is okay. I don't think you can even, hold on, I'm just gonna drop my, let me turn this off. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just the worst podcaster ever. Okay. So here is the, can you see, those are the 2 rows, pretty much not even like 2 rows of the substitution with the fingering. And then I ran out of this yarn as well, the bubble yarn, pretty much on the last 4 or 5 bubbles. It's not this one, it's the other side. So I ran out of the yarn here. This one is with the right yarn. This one is with a mohair. So this is mohair. It makes like a smaller bubble. I don't know if you can see that. It's not as cute and puffy as this one. It's definitely skinnier and smaller. So if you have probably a mohair and you want to substitute it, now you can see what's the difference. Hold on, because this is like melodramatic on the floor. There's a, you know, it's a little bit skinnier, but it just, it was okay. I had to finish that row. I didn't do the last bubble on the last. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I don't know, I have no idea. And then I bind it off with the mohair, and it did work. So yeah, it's almost yeah, I lost at yarn chicken or whatever you guys call it. I lost, okay, but I make it work because I had some yarn left from another project. That one I think it's not from another project. I think it was from a project that I want to add, so I need a little bit more. And my last FO, you know it. You know what one it is. But before I start talking about it, we're going to go blast to the past when I rant about it. And I think you need to hear this. So we'll be back, okay? We'll be back. There we go. Okay. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, okay, Mary Lisa, you've been talking since January about this stupid sweater. We're done. We're done here about this sweater. Me too. I understand. I am done with this sweater. Okay. I want it to be done. But the reality is that Melissa can sew or do shit, knit. What the hell? So this sweater is not done. I'm not gonna promise anything for next podcast because the reality is that I'm not taking that shit to my trip. I'm going to visit my mom, and I'm not taking this monstrosity of sweater, but we're gonna talk about Junko Okamoto, the bright sweater from hell. Okay. It's done! Guys, it's done. Okay, it's done. It's done. It's gonna be the last fucking time I talk about this stupid sweater. Okay, just saying. Okay, so let's do some refreshing, okay? I think we need to refresh our minds from this sweater. Okay, so I saw my friend Anna made this sweater. I had FOMO and everything in between. I bought this pattern like 2 years ago. I don't know how, when it came out. I bought it right away. I bought the entire collection that it came with this one, or the first collection that she did with Moeke yarn. And if you don't know which pattern I'm talking about, it's the Bright Sweater by Junko Okamoto. And if you don't know, my favorite designer on the entire world and galaxy probably is Junko Okamoto. Although we're not in speaking terms right now. Like, I don't want to know anything about, like stop publishing patterns. Like, seriously, I am really, like, I don't want, like, I should, like, block her from my, even my Instagram. Like, I don't, like, don't talk to my, just like something. I think, I don't know if you have ever had, like, a novel that you love, right? That it takes you for all this like spins and whatever, and it's like 1,000 pages long, and you're like, wow, can you just like condense it and be like 300 pages? Why it has to be like 1,000? But you cannot like drop this book, right? You cannot quit this book because it's really good. That's how I feel when Junko Nakamoto, like the same thing, okay? Like she is a genius. Her genius of how she come up with the things that she comes out, it's just like genius for me. Her construction are flawless. She is so smart on increases. You don't see increases, and she's like working on like whatever colorway. You don't see this increases. She does it so seamlessly and smart. Her patterns are very intricate. You're never bored. If you're suffering from boredom and you're like, oh my god, this is so boring, she will grasp your attention and you will finish it because you have to, because you cannot sleep, or you hate her for life, like pretty much like what I'm saying. And then her designs also reminds me of childbirth, right? Like you're just like working on this thing forever, like, right? Like you have this baby growing up in you and you're like so excited, and then come birth, right? Come birth, and then you're just pushing and suffering and all this, and it's just like 24 hours of childbirth or bullshit like that, and then the kid comes out of the womb and you forget about all that, right? Like you forget about all the hardship that you have been going through. That's how I feel with Junko Okamoto, okay? I think there are 5 stages of grief, knitting grief, are because of her. I don't experience anything besides in any other pattern, just with her shit, like it's something. So if you have never knitted something from Junko Okamoto, you should. She has a free pattern that everybody and their mother are making. I will probably do that one next. She has so many patterns out there that you can do. There's the bouquet is really popular because somebody did it, and Christy Glass did it as well, and you know everybody wants to do it. Same thing. I am all for it, okay? Like I am all for it. Like yes, because I think she needs this moment. She is so smart that she needs that everybody goes and make all of her designs. But I'm warning you, you're gonna suffer, okay? Just saying. Just saying. Although if you're Jackie from the Catty Jacks podcast, you know she's not human. She is a machine, knitting machine, and she can come up with the sweater in like a week. Like in a week, she can do a Junko Okamoto sweater. Yeah, don't watch her and be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a Catty like a Jackie's sweater. Yeah, she's not in any way or form barometer of how we knit. Okay, like I've been waiting this thing since January, okay? And I finished it in July. 6 months. It's 6 months. So let's talk about the bright sweater. Okay, so just to remind you, just because, you know, just like last season in bright sweater, the bright sweater, I love and hated every single inch of this sweater. So you start with a roll hem, really easy, right? Really cute. And then you go into twisted rib, and you love the twisted rib. Then you have a little bit of increases, and then you go into the clusters. And I didn't make that name. She called them clusters, and I baptized them the cluster fucks. This takes forever. It took me one row like an hour. Why? I have no idea. It was just like I was like battling and hitting it all the way through it. It was so time consuming. And then you go and you have more increases, and you go into the cable situation where it looks like a lattice, really chic. I love. This is so feminine. Then you go back into the clusters, and then you have a little bit of the details of the twisted rib, and then by here you're like, what the F? But she started to give you a little bit peek of what you're gonna have next, which is the sleeves. And then you are like, oh my god, I separated for the sleeves. This is gonna be so easy. I'm just gonna go and finish this in 2 seconds. You're mistaken, okay? You are mistaken, okay? If you think this is a very easy pattern, it's not, okay? If you're gonna follow her directions, you're going to seriously suffer. Just letting you know. if you hate sleeves, if you hate Sleeve Island, don't do this pattern. You're not gonna finish it. If you hate sleeves, you're not gonna finish this sweater. Like, believe me, when I tell you, you're not gonna finish this sweater, because the sleeves are so pretty and they're so freaking time consuming. It's not even funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's bad, okay? But before we go into the sleeve, I'm going to keep on refreshing your memory, okay, with my my labor, okay, labor of love. So you separate for the sleeves and you're like, oh my god, it's gonna be so easy. It's not, okay? It's not. You're going to have some weird armhole shaping, which looks really amazing. And then again, I'm bitching and complaining, but she's a genius. I'm not saying anything bad about it. She knows what she's doing, and this is like a very well written pattern. So after you do all that kind of like arm shaping, then you join in the round and you're like, it's gonna happen, I'm gonna watch TV. No, you're not, okay? Because you have decreases and then you have increases, and you never stop, okay, doing that and counting and doing that mindless knitting. You're never gonna do that, okay? Because whenever you're done with your increases and your decreases, you are into the ride of your life, because you're gonna have some short row situation on the back. So you have that high-low kind of hem situation, which is uber cute. Some people just join in the round and they don't do increases or decreases. I wanted to follow her design because I thought it was uber cute, and it is uber cute. But after that, you go into 33 rows of twisted rib, okay? If you don't like twisted rib, don't do this one either, okay? Because you're not gonna finish that. You're not gonna finish it. I finished mine, and you were supposed to do the roll hem situation. I didn't do that. I have no problem doing or telling you about it. I didn't do it, okay? I didn't do it. And then I started with the sleeve, and that's where we were last time I talked to you guys. 9 minutes of an introduction of a sweater, okay? So I went into Sleeve Island, and it's a very beautiful design. It looks, if you are a beginner, it will look very intimidating. It's not. You have a repeat, and then you do it 2 or 3 times, and you will not have to follow any kind of like chart or anything. You will know what to do. It had 7 repeats. For some reason, Mary Lisa did 9. Lisa was a overachiever, and she did 9. Why? I don't know, because it's up here. It's this big, okay? It covers my entire arm. It's not like cute, like I want to cover my arms and my wrist, whatever bullshit that people like. This covered my entire arm, okay? And I didn't even like, I blocked it, but I didn't touch the sleeve at all. I didn't want to touch them because, you guys know, Chia Pet, super wash. So I have to now rip and then go back to repeat number 7, and then pretty much take all this off. And I think it will fit me perfectly. After that, you go into, again, the twisted rib situation and then the roll hem. So she keeps the design elements all throughout, and I love it. I will wear it for you guys, but it's too hot. It's too hot. So with that said, I think we are done talking about this stupid sweater. I know it's gonna be my favorite sweater ever, and I'm gonna wear it forever and ever. It looks super uber cute. I was a little bit worried. It was a little bit kind of like too small. Her designs, she worked this design with a sport weight yarn. I get gauge, or I always get gauge with one weight lower, so I use fingering on this case. I didn't get swatch, and it worked out, thank God. So I am so pleased to say I am done. And I'm not gonna talk about this stupid sweater ever again, okay? Like, just say we're done. We're done talking about this. Okay, now that finish options are done, we're gonna go smooth sailing into work in progress, and we're done. Okay, we're not gonna talk about any sewing and everything. I just said that when we started by just saying. Whip number 1, which is not like a whip, I just revived it, is the Bouquet by Junko Okamoto. You guys know I need to finish this up soon. This one is in a US size 8, I believe. Is it an 8 or a 7? I don't remember. I think this is a 7. It's big. Okay, it used worsted weight yarn, and I am doing in the Brooklyn Tweed newsprint, and the other one is this color, which I forgot which one it is, but let me see, is this one Hayloft? The Hayloft, there you go. And then I'm using the newsprint Shelter Brooklyn tweed in this variegated color, and that's how she did it, and I wanted to do it exactly how she did. I love the combo. I know Jackie from Caddy Jacks, which I was by complaining like 2 seconds ago that she was not human, she did this one in like a week. It's been with me like for 6 months. It's been long time. I have not enjoyed this one as well. Nothing. I don't enjoy the process. I just wear her sweaters that I have made so much. It's not even, I'm not even kidding. The twigs, I have used it ridiculously. The Meg, I cannot get enough of that one. They're up there. They're fashion. Just saying. So again, Bouquet by Junko Okamoto. If I haven't said that, I don't remember. Maybe I did, maybe I did not. I say it now. What I did differently than other people, I switched the short around. So she had this design in this part, and then she had this one, which is down here, right here, and then you had like a long it was like 40 stitches of floats, and I didn't want to do that. So what I did, I just mimicked this one on the other side, and I did that all around, and now I separated for the sleeves, and I think I have worked 2 or 3 rows since last time I saw you guys. And I think I'm going to switch the shorts around too, because there's a lot of negative or floats there, but I am happy to revive this, and I think for fall, winter, I'm gonna use this one a lot, because this one is heavy enough that I can use it by itself without a coat. That makes sense. And it's a worsted, so it's go faster. Well, I say faster, but you know what I mean. Like, nothing Junko Okamoto goes as fast unless you're Jackie. Okay, and then last is the Material Girl by Shaina Billow, and she did this design with in collaboration with Chelsea Lux yarn, and I love it. It's a really simple beginner friendly pattern. It's a raglan design, and I love that. You know, I love supporting and making stuff from new designers. You know, we need new fresh blood, so it's so cute. I'm going to insert a picture here of Christina with the sweater. What's going on? My lights are leaving me. Okay, so I have a confession to make. Okay, buckle up. I hate purple. I don't like purple. I don't like purple. It's not the color that I gravitate to because of this picture. Enough said, right? Okay, so I have a trauma. But she posted the skein of, where's the skein? Sorry, my husband is on a conference call. Okay, we're working here. So she showed this skein. This is, and I will get the ball band. I moved something and then everything shifted because I had everything, but it's up there. It is. It's right where it was. It's the Chelsea Luxe Chelsea Luxe Soleil. It's a 90% merino and 10% linen in the lavender latte. It's kind of like a lilac, very powdery, very soft and kind of like delicate, but then you have some speckles in a gold, kind of so pretty. I have never tried to buy a yarn as fast as I tried to buy this yarn. Buy this yarn. You have no idea. I even messaged her and I'm like, I cannot find it. It's because I was not looking into the right place, and then I found it and I got two for some reason, and whenever I went to start, I noticed that I was missing one, and I messaged her, and she posted and uploaded more on her website, and I snatched it right away. I was like, look, she said that she was gonna have an update, like whatever, and I put an alarm on my phone. It was like, you need to get this yarn right away because you need a third. So I was a little worried that it was going to be a little bit off and different from the previous two that I had bought because it was a different dye lot and it's hand dyed. But I have to say I was pleasantly surprised that it was really spot on, pretty much the same thing. Like, you don't see, this is the new and then this is the old. There's not a lot of variation, you know what I mean? Like, or difference. I think there's like a little bit more oomph of a blue here, but when I saw it, I was just like, well, okay, like I can do this. I don't need to even like alternate skeins or anything. It's gonna be perfect. So this design, this material girl, is really good for beginners if you want to dip your toes on raglan, or if you want to progress from a shawl. It's a very classic. I love it. It comes in two sizes. You can use it, well, it comes in a bunch of sizes, but you can use it or make it in a fingering weight yarn or a DK yarn, the drape of this yarn is something like really. I have not separated for the sleeve, and already I'm like, wow, this has like really nice drape. So I wonder, whenever I blocked it, wet block it or wash it and blocked it, how it's gonna look. I think it's gonna be perfect for summer. And I have not done a lot of dent with it or on it because I use this one to go do errands and wait for radiation. So pretty much is my kind of waiting in my car situation, because I'm going out every single day and I have to wait, and I got there super early. I do like 2 or 3 stitches and whatever, 1 or 2 rows every single day. So not too much. I have not finished. I think you can like make this in no time, but because it's because it's on this bag that is small, and I can have it in my car and you know, store it or walk with it, and it's not like a huge bag. So it's my errands radiation sweater. Another thing that I wanted to mention before I go, I think those are my whips, is this yarn that I got from a subscriber, and I love it. So when I saw it, I started screaming. I will post a picture or video of it here. It's called F Cancer, and it's by Fuck Off I'm Knitting Yarn, I think it's called. When I saw this, it started screaming. You guys know I am not a person that will gravitate to these colors, but when I saw it, I was like, this is something. This is ridiculous. So excited. I have no idea, so I had to like, I didn't know even like there was like a yarn that was called Naughty Names. So amazing. Anyway, so before I go, I want to talk about some dream knittings and new patterns that I'm going to dip my toes in. I have a long list of patterns that I want to make, and I have to pace myself because I don't want to get lymphedema on my arm, and I don't want to be back into the no knitting situation that I was. So I'm pacing myself, but I have some new patterns that I have bought. I have bought all the patterns from Sarah Norland that came out that I can tell you for sure, but one that I loved and I saw from Leslie Friend. She is a podcast that is called A Friend to Knit With. You can look her up on YouTube, and she is back into podcasting, and I'm so excited. I saw this sweater that is called Rain or Shine, and I don't remember who made it. I cannot remind but I'll put the name here. And I loved this pattern. It's very flowy, very perfect for summer, even late spring, early fall. The thing about this pattern is very versatile. You can do it in a crop or regular length. You can make it in wool, in linen, in cotton, and she gives you all the variations on this pattern. It's very flowy. It's a really cute raglan, perfect for whenever you want to have something oversized but not clinging into your body. So I am looking forward for it. My mom is knitting. I bought the pattern for her. I sent it to her. She loved it. So I was, of course, I'm gonna send it to her. And she got the yarn, and she is already ready to separate for the sleeve. She is so excited because she have never done raglan. For her, it was very easy. So if you want also to have something for summer that is raglan and you want to try this sweater, I will say that you can do it, because if my mom have done it by herself, because I just FaceTimed her like twice to show her how to do things, but you do the increases or your yarn over. So that's the cute kind of like this design detail that you have on it, and it's very pretty, very simple. So I want to twin with my mom. She's gonna make it in a crazy color. I probably make it in gray or white or whatever, boring color. So I hope to have that one on or start it soon. Another one that I thought I was going to start today, I thought I was going to start yesterday, then I thought I was going to start today, and it will definitely start tomorrow, is the new design that Beth Macdonald is coming out with. I think it's called Summer Tank or something like that. I don't know, but we are in the, or she is into the test knit session now. It's one of those designers that I like to support as well. Her stuff is amazing, very well written stuff, and really cute, nice designs. So this one is a tank. You can make it in linen, you can make it in wool, you can make it in whatever. And the cute thing is that it's very feminine, perfect with shorts, perfect with like whatever, a skirt or whatever. Just a tank top, and then you have the ties on the shoulders. Is you know, I think you can play with it if you want to do it more young. You do like a very fun yarn, or if you want to do it like a little bit more age appropriate, but you still want to be fresh and ready for summer, you will do it something maybe solid, darker color. So it's up to you. You can do so much with this design. Another one that I saw from Jackie, of course, she knits like 20 sweaters in 2 weeks, is the Lorison sweater. Although I think the oversized puff sleeves are almost done with. This trend has been on since 2017, it's 2020, but I think the puff sleeve will always be a classic, you know what I mean? Like there's such a kind of like a classic feminine, kind of like playful aspect of the puff sleeves, and this design have done it so perfectly. It's a fast knit. It's done in Aran yarn. I would probably be doing worsted. Jackie from Caddy Jack's next podcast did it on a cocoon navy blue yarn with some white speckles here and there, so it was something. So I am super excited to start that one. Probably for the fall I may do a boring color if you know me. Maybe it's gonna be green. Maybe it's gonna be brown. Probably it's gonna be brown. Okay, just saying. Just saying. And then I put a lipstick and I feel like, you know, maybe I'm doing black. Maybe I need a black. I have two black. Maybe I'm doing like a charcoal gray. Maybe the one in a gray. Pick a color, gray or brown or black. Hey, that's what I use, okay? No judgment, okay? Don't come judge me with your, no, confetti bullshit you're wearing, like, no. Although, hello. This is amazing. Anyway. So I am so excited to start with that one. And then the last one, and this is gonna be probably for fall, although I have so much to knit, is the Celeste by Sari Norland. She have come again with a bunch of sweaters. I have got them, every single one of them, because she is amazing. I love her stuff, and I love this design because number one's in worsted, number two have lace on it, not too much fuss on it, has tiny bubbles on it. Oh my god, my nose, sorry, it was like has a tiny little bubbles on it, and it's lace, so you have a lot of like that femininity from the lace, but you have the 3D from the bubbles and texture. You can make it even more textured with the yarn that you use. So yeah, it's happening. It's happening. And I think that's it for today. I think I'm just going to probably edit this really fast and upload it today. I'm not going to fuss too much about it, okay? If my it's gonna stay like that, okay? Like, it's gonna be okay. Okay, so before I go, I want to take a moment and talk to you guys in a more serious tone. I wanted to take a moment and say thank you. I am so grateful that you guys are on my life. I don't know if you remember from the previous podcast, I used to be like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to do this anymore, and for some reason I kept doing it, and it was because God had a purpose, right? He wanted me to feel the warmth and the virtual hug and the support that I felt from you guys every time you guys did like a little message here on YouTube, when you send me a little message on Instagram, or a little card, or even like a little gift or a gift. I'm so grateful. Please notice that I see you. I'm grateful for you, and I love you, and I wanted to take a moment to say that I have been through what I have been through with a smile on my face, because you guys have been by my side. Like, I'm not saying this lightly, like, you guys have been more than what I asked for, and my life have been easier because you guys have been with me. This has been such a difficult path to walk, where I have to learn about resilience, about giving back, about acceptance, and about trust, that I have never in my life experienced. And then again, I said it again, I have done it, and my life have been easier because you guys have been with me. So I am so so grateful, and I love you all. And I promise, I know I say this all the time, that I want to podcast more often. I want to talk to you guys. I want you guys to talk to me and say what you like more or less or whatever, and have this conversation. I think Jackie said that this was about community, and she is so right about it. This is about community. That's why I was so excited to you know, pitch in the fleur design or whatever, because this community is so much just supportive, right, of each other. And you guys are the bomb.com, and I love you all. So with that said, I'll see you soon. I love you. Take care.